Good day, it's August 26, 2024. The excitement and encouraging messages from the Democratic National Convention last week still resonates throughout the nation. I'm Joe Buban. Welcome to The Pulse.
And I'm Joe Buban. Welcome to this edition of The Pulse.
Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz accepted the Democratic Party nomination for President and Vice President respectively. The lineup of speakers on that four-day convention were all effective speakers and delivered messages that resonated to every corner of the country, blue states and red states alike, according to many comments on the street and on social media. The atmosphere in the auditorium, where 50 states and U.S. Commonwealth territories were represented, was so electric, as witnessed by Nevada delegates and California delegates we spoke to in the return to their respective states. And many of us who witnessed it on television. A dozen of speakers from across the country who were not politicians but shared their stories and their hopes about the future under a Kamala Harris presidency. Like a former student of Tim Walz and high school football player coached by Tim Walz, and some testimony from a couple who suffered under the harsh treatment from state government who has outlawed abortion. And of course, there was Oprah Winfrey on the third night of the event, whose message was an appeal to independent voters.
One of the unlikely speakers at the convention but fired up the crowd in the stadium was Republican Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan, whose speech also got a loud ovation when he said that Republicans out there who are sick and tired of making excuses for Donald Trump should vote for Kamala Harris. Our very own Senator from Nevada, Catherine Cortez Masto, also spoke on the third night, delivering the story of America and the American dream, where a daughter of a baker from Mexico can become a U.S. Senator, and another daughter of immigrants from India and Jamaica can be the next president of the United States, and that would be Kamala Harris. Former presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama also fired up the crowd. Obama spoke about the obsession of Donald Trump about crowd sizes. Trump, who in one public speaking said that he protected black jobs as an African American laborer but could not explain what he was talking about, got a subtle punch from Michelle Obama. Michelle put it this way in her speech: "Who's going to tell him that the presidency might actually be a black job?" The campaign's central message at the DNC were liberty, freedom, hope, joy, and love of country and the future of this country. The full packed auditorium would burst into chants, "We're not going back," and USA.
In what others describe as voter suppression case, the South Dakota Supreme Court had reversed an earlier decision by an election board to exclude 164 ballots. Two Republican organizations challenged the 164 ballots in Minnehaha County, and of the 164 ballots they challenged, 132 were included in the count. But then after the recount that included the 132 ballots, the election officials was once again challenged to exclude them to benefit a Republican losing candidate in the election that took place in June this year. The state high court ruled that the recount, which included the 132 ballots, will stand and shall remain the official result of the election. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we will be joined here at the studio by a young man who is running for Clark County School Board, Karl Catarata. Please stay with us.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
From the Telly Award-winning creator of Love and Karma, Legacy, and Ultra Feminist, underneath the bright neon lights of Sin City, where fortunes are won and lost in an instant, and the truth can be a bit hazy. Join Elena, a hard-working single mother, her hot-headed son Miguel, and Gabriel, a Filipino pop star on the brink of international stardom, as they embark on a journey of self-discovery, love, and the courage to find one's voice and speak the truth. Made to Shine, coming soon, presented by Philam TV Network, written and directed by Giovanni Espiritu.
To keep updated or for more information, visit filmtv.us/made-to-shine or scan the QR code to be added to the email list for updates and upcoming opportunities to be part of the show. Executive produced by Sam Buban and Esmeralda Padilla Gould.
Welcome back to The Pulse. With us now is Karl Catarata, who is running for Clark County School Board of Trustee in District A. Karl, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to be here. So thank you so much to Tito Sam and Joe. Thank you so much for being amazing leaders in our community.
You're very welcome. Good to have you.
Karl, please tell us about yourself first and what interested you in running for the school board in this election.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Karl Catarata, or Karl with a K. I am a young professional. I have the opportunity to run for the Clark County School Board, District A in Henderson, Boulder City, Searchlight, and Laughlin. Okay. So more of the rural areas, but also in the municipality of Henderson and of Clark County. If elected and when elected, this in the next 75 days, I would be the first Filipino American on the Clark County School Board. We know that Clark County is America's 5th largest school district, and I would bring my 3 R's, which are results for our students, focus on math and reading, resources for our teachers, and readiness, career and college readiness, making sure that our students are ready for a career or ready for a college or university degree.
So your District A includes, you said Laughlin?
Yeah, Boulder City, Laughlin, and Searchlight, amazing people from different communities all across District A. We have the opportunity to hear from so many different teachers, educators, parents, and students from what quality education looks for them. And I'm excited that I'm always in Boulder City, so I love the people of Boulder City, and I look forward to earning their trust again in the general election.
Good to hear that. How does the Clark County School District Board differs from being a university regent?
Yes, so I ran for university regent back in 2022, so 2 years ago, for the viewers back at home who are just tuning in. So I ran for office 2 years ago, and you can say I got my butt kicked. I got my butt kicked. I learned all the hard lessons. I learned the hard lessons of what does it mean to run for office? What does it mean to earn the trust of your community, earn the trust of parents and students all across this amazing district? And I had the opportunity to hear from teachers and from educators and from students all alike running for the university regent system. The university regent system, similar to the school board here in Southern Nevada, is also elected. I ran for that office. I unfortunately did not win, but I still earned that experience and the understanding of what it means to hear from the community and hear from voters. And I was grateful that the voters pushed me again to run for another education seat, which is the school board.
So that's like a part of the learning curve. And this time, you're better. You know what to do. And then it's the experience from the 2022 that made you stronger in this election cycle.
So how does the university regent operate versus the board of trustee of a school district?
Great question. So the university system oversees the chancellor at the university system. So the university system oversees Nevada State University, also known as Nevada State College. They changed their name recently. UNLV, UNR, Truckee Meadows, and many other different colleges like CSN and so forth. That Board of Regents oversees the chancellor, and that chancellor has the opportunity to oversee what the presidents of those universities and colleges do.
Yes.
However, for the school board only has one employee that they oversee, which is the superintendent. As we know, the Clark County School District, America's 5th largest school district, has been struggling in recent days. It has struggled for the past 4 years. It currently does not have a permanent superintendent. They are currently in like a substitute teacher. They have a substitute teacher at the helm. So they oversee the superintendent. The superintendent oversees those deputies. And on the school board, you have the opportunity to have voting members and non-voting members. I'm running to be one of those voting members on the school board. So that's how they differ from the two.
What is it like a policy issue that you want to bring to the board if you get elected?
Yeah, so and thank you so much for this question. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to talk about one of the policies that I would like to work on the school board. And at the school board, it's important that the school board doesn't, although the school board doesn't implement specific policies, the superintendent works to get those policies enacted. But for me, I've had the opportunity to work in government since I was 16 years old. So I think I can do a little.
You started young, huh?
Yes, started young, but maybe I could, pull their shoulder a little bit when it comes to some issues. So in my role as a school board member, it's going to be a lot of oversight, making sure we're looking at all the contracts, making sure all the policies, making sure that policies and performance is in place. But one issue I'm very curious about, one issue that I'm passionate about, is road safety, making sure that students are safe in traffic zones of the school zone. What was reported recently is more than 100 students have been hit or injured in a school zone. Can you imagine that? In a school zone, you have to go 25 miles an hour. You need to slow down. Be careful. You need to watch and make sure that you are not going over the speed limit. But more than 100 students still have been hit in a slow moving zone. That's a problem. That's a problem. And we're seeing that there are residents and there are voters who are not following the law, which is why I'm proud to work hand in hand with public safety officials all across District A, Henderson, Boulder City, Searchlight, and Laughlin, to make sure that we empower residents and make them understand that road safety is an important issue that not only your city council person should be focused on, is your school board person should also be focused on that as well. So that's an issue that I'd like to tackle, address, and set specific benchmarks so that we protect our students.
Yeah, because I think over the last 5 to 10 years, there's been a lot of crazy drivers roaming around in Las Vegas over the last years or so.
Yes, crazy driving has absolutely been an issue, and we've seen that reckless driving is also a key factor. We need to make sure that we are preventing and reducing traffic incidents and injuries and deaths, and we need to make sure that people are talking. People are talking with each other, right? Making sure that the school board is talking with law enforcement. We will need to make sure that law enforcement is talking with the school board. School board is talking to the county, the city, and making sure that it is a streamlined effort to making sure that what happens when it comes to zoning, transportation, and students being in attendance to school, that when they walk to school, there are so many different factors that we need to work together in order to make sure that our students are successful and making sure that they're going to school safe, right?
Karl, is this an open seat or you're challenging an incumbent?
It is an open seat. It is an open seat, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to speak with many people about why I should run for this seat before I decided to go for it, but it's currently an open seat.
Are you on the other side, or is your opponent one of those who advocate, book censorship and book burning?
I can't say for my opponent. Yeah, I can't say for my opponent. I know that it's going to be an interesting
I see.
race, but I do know that I will always stand up for making sure that the freedom and the ability to be able to have access to books. I've also asked my critics and my colleagues, you want to ban specific books? That's your freedom of speech. Sure, you can say that, but just to let you know, that's not at the school board. Guess where that's at? The library district. The library district is a separate district from the school board, and I tell my colleagues who send me emails and confront me at the events that they say, we want you to ban these books. It's a good topic. It's a good topic, and I like to smile at them and I appreciate their thoughts. However, the library district is the appropriate entity for that, and I will always stand up for the freedom to let our students research what they want to research at the age appropriate time.
Karl, thank you very much. We will leave it at that. Thank you for making yourself available today, and good luck in your race.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Joe, for your leadership, and Sam, thank you so much for your leadership in Nevada as well.
You're very welcome. We will be right back. Please stay tuned.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Welcome back to the polls. In Sudan, the health minister claims at least 22 people have died as a result of the cholera outbreak in that country, as reported by the Associated Press. According to health officials on Sunday, Sudan has been hit by a cholera outbreak, has affected hundreds of people and killed close to 24 people in recent weeks. Devastating rains and 16-month battle in the civil war have rocked the African nation. In a statement, the health minister Haitham Mohamed Ibrahim stated that at least 354 confirmed instances of cholera had been found throughout the country, and that at least 22 people have died from the illness. According to the World Health Organization, cholera is a highly contagious, quickly progressing infection that produces diarrhea. If left untreated, it can result in severe dehydration and even death in a matter of hours. The consumption of tainted food or water is how it spreads. The outbreak of cholera is the most recent disaster to strike Sudan. In April of last year, long-simmering tensions between the military and a potent paramilitary group broke out in open combat throughout the nation. The fighting has destroyed civilian infrastructure and severely damaged the already fragile healthcare system, turning the capital Khartoum and other cities into battlegrounds. Many hospitals and medical institutes have closed their doors because they lack the necessities. It has caused thousands of deaths and driven a large number of people into malnutrition. Famine has already been confirmed at a large camp for displaced people in the devastated northern area of Darfur.
The military regime in Burkina Faso is going to outlaw homosexual activity, the BBC reports. The military junta in Burkina Faso has declared that gay actions are prohibited, becoming the latest African nation to impose restrictions on same-sex relationships, in spite of significant resistance from Western powers. In the socially conservative West African state, homosexuality was not officially prohibited, but it was frowned upon. The junta's cabinet has now authorized legislation to make it a punishable violation, according to Justice Minister Edalso Rodriguez Bayala. but he did not provide any further specifics. Burkina Faso's military takeover in 2022 and turned its focus on Russia after cutting off relations with the old colonial state, France.
The general election in the United States is just 9 weeks away before the early voting starts. We now have here in our studio who we invited to speak to us in behalf of his wife, who is running for judge position in Las Vegas. Taylor Cole, former Major League Baseball professional player for Toronto Blue Jays and Anaheim Angels. Welcome to the Pulse.
Thanks for having me.
Your wife, Madilyn Leavitt Cole, is running for judge for Las Vegas Justice Court Department 3. How long did it take you or take the couple to make this decision for her to run?
It's something that we've always talked about just because it runs in her blood and with her family. I mean, her mom is a district court judge currently sitting, and then her grandpa was a Nevada Supreme Court judge, Myron Leavitt. He's got some parks and middle schools around town named after him. And I never met, Judge Leavitt, Myron, but I've hear the stories about him. But we had discussed it. And it's interesting because those two both became judge around the age of 32 to 34-ish, and Madilyn's right in that same age. So, a lot of people think, hey, she's young, she doesn't have the experience. I can assure you she will be just fine based off of their track record.
You were born in Simi Valley, California, but you went to Bishop Gorman High School, where your career in baseball started, being drafted for the minor league. It looks like you are practically a Las Vegas homegrown.
Yeah, I wasn't born here, but absolutely I've been here since second grade. We have a daughter, we're raising her here. She's a 6th generation Nevadan. I mean, Madilyn, my wife who's running for judge, is I think a 5th, maybe a 6th generation. So it's just, we love it here. We don't plan on leaving, and so you guys are stuck with us.
So you had to consider Las Vegas as your real home now.
Yeah, I mean, this is home. I mean, I played baseball for parts of 13, 14 years professionally, and every off season, we would be back here. This is our home base. It's been our home base, and it'll be our home base for forever.
Taylor, did Madilyn tell you why she's running for a judge?
Why she's running for judge? Yeah, absolutely. So, one, she wants to make a difference, right? She loves what she does, being a chief deputy district attorney in the DA's office. She's currently on the gangs team, which is a major violator team. There's only a handful of people that do that, and she was really good at it and is. But she just she feels like it's her calling. I don't know, sometimes you just feel pushed to do something, and she felt like, hey, now's the time. And so I think she loves Las Vegas. She wants to keep it safe. Now we have a 2-year-old to, almost 3-year-old daughter. She wants, thank you. Yeah, she wants to make sure. So her perspective is, how can I continue to help Las Vegas be safe? She's around a lot of judges. She sees what she likes. She sees what she doesn't like, and she wants to make a difference.
As you told us, she comes from a family of judges.
Yeah.
And how long have you been married with Madilyn?
Yeah, so we've been married 13 years.
13
years, yeah.
Looks like you started early.
Yeah, we did.
Because you look so young.
Yeah. Hey, we're LDS, we're Mormons, so that seems to be the stereotype, right? The stereotype.
Like the standard.
The standard, right?
Yeah. I think you'll be prepared for a life of, a judge in the home, I know she's with the district attorney's office right now as a prosecutor, but this was gonna be a new life with a judge in the house.
My mother-in-law is very involved in our life, right? My daughter, Cozy, Shelly, Michelle Leavitt is her best friend. She's a judge. So we know when she's in trial, things are a little bit, we're probably not going to see grandma. And so we also it's just like I said, in Madilyn's blood. As a baseball person, is as if you know, my let's just say my dad was a Major League Baseball player. My grandpa was. You know, you're around the field, you're around it, you get it. You just you eat, sleep, and breathe it.
Yes.
When I was growing up, guess what we talked about around the dinner table?
Baseball.
We talked about baseball.
Yes.
And everybody around is like, hey, can we talk about something else? Because I don't know anything about baseball, right? Well, in our life right now with Madilyn and Shelly at the dinner table, guess what they talk about? You know, and they're in heaven because they can talk to each other about stuff.
The law.
They talk to each other about the law. And, you know, that's, I'm sure my daughter's going to come up and do the same thing with them because she's just like her mom, and her mom's just like her mom. So.
Last word from you, Taylor. You can pitch for your wife in her campaign.
Yeah, so my wife would be a fantastic judge. I can tell you right now that if you're wanting to keep Las Vegas safe, if you're wanting somebody that's going to work extremely hard and not take advantage of, you know, our tax dollars, you know, and, you know, you're wanting somebody that is going to continually put herself out there to, you know, make Vegas the best place they can be, then yeah, vote for her. I'll tell you right now, there's times that I don't see my wife at home because she's working on her job so much, you know, and it takes a toll sometimes, you know, because, you know, she's gone sometimes, but guess what? There's a bigger meaning, and we understand the sacrifice that it comes, and this is something that she feels pushed to do, and like it's the right time for her. And I promise you that if you guys elect her, that she will be a fantastic judge.
We'll leave it at that, Taylor. Wish her luck on her race, and thank you for joining us today here.
Thank you.
At the polls.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
having me.
You're very welcome.